Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the Modern History Previous Year Questions Part 10. In today's session, we are going to discuss some of the questions that are relevant for your exams that has been asked earlier in the exams, and we will also see the type of questions that can be asked in the upcoming exams. Apart from that, we will also discuss the things that are related to the questions that can add into your general knowledge facts. And let's start and see what are the topics we are going to cover. So in today's session, we are going to discuss the Indian National Congress. So before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first question that we have is, who was the president of Lahore session of Congress in 1929? So options are Jawaharlal Nehru, Sarojini Naidu, Mahatma Gandhi or Motilal Nehru. So I think this is a kind of a simple question because must have heard about it. So try to give the answer. And I guess the answer you are giving is quite right because the answer of this question is Jawaharlal Nehru. So Jawaharlal Nehru presided over the Lahore Congress session and of Congress. So Jawaharlal Nehru presided over the Lahore Congress session of Congress in 1929. In this session, the declaration of Poon Swaraj was propagated. So do remember the answer of this question is Jawaharlal Nehru. Swaraj was the goal of India's political efforts. This goal was announced by Dada Bhai Naroji at the options are Lahore session 1885, Bombay session 1889, Calcutta session 1906, Calcutta session 1986. Try to figure out the answer. And I guess the answer you are giving is quite right because the answer is Calcutta session of 1906. So, under the presidency of Dadabhai Naroji, the Calcutta session of Congress was held at 1906. In this session, Congress adopted resolution on partition of Bengal, self-government, Swaraj or Swadeshi and boycott. Thus, Congress adopted Swaraj as the goal of Indian people. Later on, in 1929, during the Lahore session of Congress, when the president was Jawaharlal Nehru, the Poon Swaraj was demanded. So there is a slight difference between Swaraj and Poon Swaraj. Swaraj means the partial um, particular independence in which the leaders of India also will participate in the policy making of Congress of the India. So in 1906 in Calcutta session, this was done. Dadabhai Naroji was the first Persian president of Congress. Apart from that, Dadabhai Naroji was also the one who became the maximum number of times other than Jawaharlal Nehru, the president of Congress. He became the president of Congress 3 times, while Jawaharlal Nehru became the president of Congress 4 times before independence. AICC All India Congress Committee passed the Quit India Resolution on 8th January 1942, 18th July 1942, 8th of August 1942 or 15th August 1942. Try to figure out the answer. The answer is quite right because the answer is 8th of August 1942. So, Quit India resolution was passed by All India Congress Working Committee on 8th August 1942 in Bombay. On 8th August 1942, Mahatma Gandhi gave a clarion call to end the British rule and launched the Quit India movement at the session of All India Congress Committee in Mumbai. Gandhiji gave the call "Do or Die" in his speech delivered at the Gwalior Tank Maidan, now popularly known as Agast Kranti Maidan. The slogan "Quit India" was coined by Yusuf Meher Ali, a socialist and trade unionist who also served as mayor of Mumbai. The immediate cause for the movement was the collapse of Cripps Mission. So, do remember the answer is 8th of August 1942. And during the Quit India movement, the first place that was that became free from the rule of Britishers was Balia. Later on, it was merged into the Union of India. Who among the following has initially drafted the Quit India resolution of the Indian National Congress in 1942? Options are Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhimrao Ambedkar, or Jayaprakash Narayan. Try to figure out the answer, guys. And I guess you have figured out the answer correctly because the answer is Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi was initially drafted the Quit India resolution of the Indian National Congress in 1942. And this was the last movement that was started by Mahatma Gandhi. If we talk about Quit India movement, Quit India was particularly started also known as Agast Kranti, and after the arrest of the famous leaders of Congress at that time, like Mahatma Gandhi, who was imprisoned in Aga Khan Palace, Jawaharlal Nehru, he was present in Ahmednagar jail, and other leaders also were imprisoned. So this movement was basically called as the leaderless movement. Remember that. So the answer is Mahatma Gandhi. In which session of the Congress did Mahatma Gandhi convince other leaders to start a non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as Swaraj? Options are Nagpur session, Bombay session, Calcutta session, Lucknow session. Try to figure out the answer. So I guess the answer you are giving is quite right because the answer is Calcutta session. So this was a major development at that time that happened after the time when the Jallianwala Bagh massacre was done, and on the other side, Khilafat movement was going on. So during the Calcutta session, Mahatma Gandhi has basically convinced the leaders to start a non-cooperation movement. So Mahatma Gandhi felt a need to launch a more broad-based movement in India, but he was certain that no movement could be organized without bringing Hindu and Muslims together. On the way of doing this, he felt was to take up the Khilafat issue. The First World War had ended with the defeat of Ottoman Turkey, and there were rumors that a harsh peace treaty was going to be imposed on the Ottoman Emperor. The spiritual head of the Islamic world, the Khalifa, to defend the Khalifa's temporal powers, a Khilafat committee was formed in Bombay in March 1990. A young generation of Muslim leaders like the brothers Muhammad Ali Shaukat Ali, famously known as Ali brothers, began discussion with Mahatma Gandhi about the possibility of a united mass action on the issue. Gandhiji saw this as an opportunity to bring Muslims under the umbrella of a unified national movement. At the Calcutta session of the Congress in September 1920, he convinced other leaders to start a non cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as for Swaraj. And in 1920, the non cooperation movement was started. And remember that non cooperation movement was started on the day, particularly, that is aligned with the death of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So this question could also come that non-cooperation movement was started on the day when the famous leader died. Who was the leader? So that was Mr. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Subhash Chandra Bose was re-elected as the president of INC at the Tripuri session in 1939 by defeating Gandhiji's candidate. Options are Lal Bahadur Shastri, Patabi Sitaramaya, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, S. Radhakrishnan. Very important thing, and it has particularly the event that caused Subhash Chandra Bose to part away from the Congress. Try to figure out the answer, then we will talk about it. So I guess you have figured out the answer. The answer of this question is Pitabhi Sitaramaya. So Subhash Chandra Bose was re-elected for the president of INC. He won the election by securing 1580 votes, defeating Pitabhi Sitaramaya, who secured 1377 votes. First president of INC was W.C. Banerjee, that is Vomesh Chandra Banerjee. So in 1938, during the Haripura session, Subhash Chandra Bose became the president. But in 1939, again, Subhash Chandra Bose was re-elected by the members of the Congress. But this time, when Sitaramaya lost the elections, Gandhiji was upset and he said that it is not Pitabi's defeat, it is mine. So after that, Subhash Chandra Bose, he particularly left the Congress, he left the position. And during this session, not Pitabi became the president, but Rajendra Prasad was appointed as the president of the Congress for this particular session, that is Tripuri session later on. So answer is Pitabi Sita Ramaya. Who among the following used the safety valve theory and opined that the Indian National Congress was a product of brain of Lord Dufferin? Mahatma Gandhi, A.O. Hume, Lala Lajpat Rai, Jawaharlal Nehru. Try to figure out the answer. And I guess the answer you are giving is quite right, because the answer is Lala Lajpat Rai. So, safety valve theory is a very famous theory that was given by him, and it is in reference to the Indian National Congress. If we talk about Indian National Congress, so basically, Indian National Congress was established or founded by Britishers. The particular peoples like Lord Dufferin was the viceroy, A.O. Hume was the secretary who gave the idea. So it was the thinking at that time that the Britishers are using the Indian National Congress as a safety valve, like a pressure cooker has a safety valve. The same way in India, the safety valve is Congress. So this word was used by Lala Lajpat Rai. Extremist leaders such as Lala Lajpat Rai believed in the idea of the safety valve. Safety valve rule was firstly proposed by Lala Lajpat Rai in his book Young India. So remember, Young India is a book that is written by Lala Lajpat Rai in 1916. There is a hypothesis that a Congress was founded by A.O. Hume with the idea that it would prove to be safety valve for the release of India's growing discontent. As I said, he persuaded Lord Dufferin not to hinder the establishment of the Congress to this end. So, do remember the answer is Lala Lajpat Rai. He was one of the extremist leaders. The extremists separated themselves from the Congress in 1907 Surat session, when the Congress was divided into two parts. Particularly, that is the moderates and the extremists, also known as Garam Dal, Naram Dal, where the leaders of the extremists are Lal Bal Pal, that is Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal. When was the first session of the Congress, Indian National Congress, held? December 1889, June 1885, November 1889, December 1885. Try to figure out the answer. And the answer you are giving is quite right, because the answer of this question is December 1885. So, Indian National Congress was formed on 28th December 1885 by A.O. Hume during the period of Viceroy's Lord Dufferin. The first session of the Indian National Congress was held in Bombay, Gokul Das Tejpal Sanskrit College, from December 28, 1885 to December 31st, 1885, in which only delegates has participated and most of them were lawyers. Vomesh Chandra Banerjee was the president of the first session of the Indian National Congress. So do remember the answer is December 1885. And to be specific, it was 28th December 1885, and total 72 people participated in this session. Who was the first president of Indian National Congress? Umesh Chandra Banerjee, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Alan Octavian Hume, or Dada Bhai Naroji? Try to figure out the answer, guys. And I guess your answer is quite right, because we just discussed about the Congress, and the answer is Umesh Chandra Banerjee. So, Indian National Congress was formed on 28th December 1885 by A.O. Hume, Alan Octavian Hume, during the period of Viceroy Lord Dufferin. The first session of the Indian National Congress was held in Bombay, Gokul Das Tejpal Sanskrit College, from December 28, 1885 to December 31st, 1885, in which only 72 delegates participated and most of them were lawyers. Vomesh Chandra Banerjee was the president of the first session of Indian National Congress. So do remember, answer is Umesh Chandra Banerjee. In 1885, who had founded Indian National Congress? Alan Octavian Hume, Umesh Chandra Banerjee, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, George Yule. Try to figure out the answer. And I guess the answer you are giving is quite right, because the answer is Alan Octavian Hume. So, Indian National Congress was formed on 28 December 1885 by A.O. Hume, that is Alan Octavian Hume, during the period of Viceroy Lord Dufferin. The first session of the Indian National Congress was held in Bombay, Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit College, from December 28 to December 31st, 1885, in which only 72 delegates participated. Most of them were lawyers. Umesh Chandra Banerjee was the president of first session of the Indian National Congress. So first session took place in Bombay. Remember, this session was held in Bombay. Do not get confused with Calcutta. Who was the Governor General during the time the formation of the Indian National Congress in the year 1885? Options are in front of you. Try to think about it. I guess the answer you are thinking is right, because we just discussed a lot of times about this, as it is a repeated question that has been asked so many times. So, Indian National Congress was formed on 28th December 1885 by A.O. Hume. During the period of Viceroy, who was a Viceroy, Lord Dufferin, the first session of the Indian National Congress was held in Bombay Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit College from December 28, 1885 to December 31st, 1885, in which only 72 delegates participated. Most of them were lawyers. Umesh Chandra Banerjee was the president of the first session of Indian National Congress. So answer is Lord Dufferin. Indian National Congress was formed in the year. So the question is same, but the way of asking is different. So do remember the answer. Try to find out the answer, guys. And I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right, because the answer is 1885. So Indian National Congress was formed on 28th December 1885 by A.O. Hume during the period of Viceroy Lord Dufferin. The first session of the Indian National Congress was held in Bombay Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit College from 28th December to 31st December 1885, in which only 72 delegates has participated. Most of them were lawyers. Umesh Chandra Banerjee was the president of the first session of Indian National Congress. So answer is 1885. Where was the first meeting of the Indian National Congress held? Options are Calcutta, Madras, Bombay, Delhi. So figure out the answer, guys. And as I discussed earlier also, that the answer is Bombay. Please do not get confused with Calcutta, because at that time Calcutta was the center of nationalism, but at that time Bombay was the place where this particular session was held. So Indian National Congress was formed on 28th December 1885 by A.O. Hume during the period of Viceroy Lord Dufferin. The first session of the Indian National Congress was held in Bombay, Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit College, from 28th December to 31st December 1885, in which only 72 delegates has participated. Most of them were lawyers. Umesh Chandra Banerjee was the president of the first session of Indian National Congress. So remember, the answer is Bombay. Who was the Viceroy of India when Indian National Congress was founded? So I hope we have discussed earlier also, and this question is has been asked so many times. So try to figure out the answer. The answer is Lord Dufferin. So Lord Dufferin was the Viceroy of India when Indian National Congress was founded. He was appointed Viceroy and Governor General of India from 1884 to 1888. On 28th December 1885, the Indian National Congress was founded at Gokul Das Tejpal Sanskrit College in Bombay. So answer is Lord Dufferin. In which annual session did the Indian National Congress declare its commitment to Purn Swaraj, complete independence? Karachi session 1931, Calcutta session 1929, Lahore session 1929, Madras session 1927. So I guess you have figured out the answer because we have discussed. I told you about this when I told you about Swaraj also. So answer is Lahore session of 1929. So remember, Swaraj was demanded or Swaraj was discussed in 1906 Calcutta session when Dadabhai Naroji discussed about that. And later on in Lahore session in 1929 when Jawaharlal Nehru was the president, Indian National Congress on 19 December 1929 passed the historic Purn Swaraj resolution at its Lahore session. A public declaration was made on 26 January 1930. That is why 26 January 1930 is also known as the first Independence Day of India. And later on, to commemorate this day in 1950, the constitution was basically enforced on this day. So, a day which the Congress party urged Indians to celebrate as Independence Day. The declaration was passed due to the breakdown of negotiation between leaders of the freedom movement and the British over the question of dominion status for India. So now we have on in this particular declaration, we particularly surpassed ourselves from just asking for dominion status or Swaraj, but now we demanded for the first time that we require full independence and not any Swaraj. Karachi session of Indian National Congress was held in 1931. It was presided over by Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. So the answer of this question is Sardar Patel. So Congress session was held in Karachi on 29th March 1931. The which was presided over by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. In this session, the Delhi Pact, that is Gandhi-Irvin Pact, was approved. The goal of Purn Swaraj was reiterated, and the valor and sacrifice of Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru were praised. However, the Congress also reiterated its policy of not supporting any form of political violence. In this session, the Congress adopted two main resolutions, one related to fundamental political rights and others related to the national economic programs. Complete freedom of expression and press, freedom to form organization, freedom to hold meetings, and freedom from rent to unprofitable holdings. So all these were discussed and these type of freedoms were discussed, and the president of this session of Congress was Sardar Patel. Mahatma Gandhi chaired the session of Indian National Congress in. Very important question, and just try to figure out the answer. Then I will discuss more about it. So I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right because the answer of this question is Belgaum. So Mahatma Gandhi was the president in 1924 at the Belgaum Conference of Indian National Congress. He was succeeded by Sarojini Naidu as the next Congress president. This was the only session which was presided by Gandhiji. Gandhiji was the first to take part in Kolkata session of Congress held in 1901, which was presided over by Dinshaw Wacha. So particularly remember all these things. So Gandhiji became the president of Congress only once, that was in 1924, and it was Belgaum session. After this, he never became the president of Congress, though his presence was highly particularly important and his influence was highly there in the Congress sessions. And particularly, this was the time when in 1922 he was arrested for the non-cooperation movement by the Britishers, and later on during around this time he was released from the Britishers. So it was in 1924 he became the president of Belgaum of Indian National Congress. Where did Mahatma Gandhi presided over the annual session of Indian National Congress for the first and the last time? The question is kind of same, but the way of asking is different, and it has been asked so many times in exam. So try to figure out the answer. And I guess once again that the answer you are thinking is quite right, because the answer is Belgaum. Because Mahatma Gandhi was the president in 1924 at Belgaum Conference of Indian National Congress. He was succeeded by Sarojini Naidu as the next Congress president. This was the only session which was presided by Mahatma Gandhi. The Gandhiji was first to take part in Kolkata session of Congress held in 1901, which was presided over by Dinshaw Wacha. Answer is 1924 Belgaum session. Who was the founder president of Indian National Congress? So options are Dada Bhai Naroji, George Yule, Surendranath Banerjee, Bomesh Chandra Banerjee. Try to figure out the answer. And I guess you have figured out, because they are asking about the founder president. They are not asking about the founder, they are asking about the founder president. The answer is Umesh Chandra Banerjee was the first president of INC. INC was founded in December 1885 at Bombay. The first session was held from 28th to 31st December. It was attended by 72 political delegates from all over India. A.O. Hume played an important role in the formation of INC. So answer is Umesh Chandra Banerjee. In the year 1937, the Congress session was held for the first time in village at Fazpur, Gorakhpur, Gaya, Champaran. Very important question this is, and try to figure out the answer, and then I will tell you something more about it. Okay, so I guess the answer you are thinking is right, because the answer is Fazpur. So in the year 1937, the 51st Congress session was held for the first time in the village at Fazpur in Maharashtra and presided over by Jawaharlal Nehru. In this session, the demand for the Constituent Assembly was put forward by Indian National Congress. On 28 December 1885, the Indian National Congress was founded at Gokul Das Tejpal Sanskrit College in Bombay by Sir Alan Octavian Hume and presided over by Vomesh Chandra Banerjee. So answer is Fazpur. So for the first time, this was held in a village, and in today's India, you can find this place in Maharashtra. And this was the time when the elections were going on, the provincial assembly elections were going on, and 1935 Government of India Act was enacted in 1937. Provincial assembly elections were going on, and in those elections, Congress was the one. They brought the maximum number of win in maximum number of provinces at that time. So basically, this was the time that they were basically campaigning during the time in front of the Indians for the provincial assembly elections. The demand for the Constituent Assembly was put forward by the Indian National Congress in 1936 at its session held at Bombay, Lucknow, Lahore, Kanpur. Very important question this is. Try to figure out the answer. So I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right. So the answer of this question is Lucknow. So two very important sessions held at Lucknow. One is in 1916, that is also famously known as the Lucknow Pact. That was a pact signed between the moderates and extremists of Congress and the Muslim League. And apart from that, there is another session 20 years later, that was in 1936. It was also held in Lucknow, and during this session, the demand for Constituent Assembly was put forward by the Indian National Congress in 1936 at its session held at Lucknow. Originally, this idea was given by M.N. Roy in 1934, proposed the idea of Constituent Assembly. Later on in 1938, this idea or this demand was put forward in front of the Britishers when the Britishers were asking for help in the Second World War, but they did not obey with the request. So, particularly, After particular some time in 1945, when the World War ended and a new prime minister, that was Clement Attlee, came into power. At that time, cabinet mission was sent and the starting of the formation of Constituent Assembly was started. Who among the following did not ever preside over the Indian National Congress as a president? Surendranath Banerjee, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Sarojini Naidu, Dadabhai Naroji. Try to figure out the answer. So, I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right, because the answer of this question is Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. So, what a personality he is. We require a particular lecture to discuss about him. Let's just read a brief about him. So, among the following, only Bhimrao Ambedkar was the one who had never been on the post of President of the Indian National Congress session. Surendranath Banerjee, President of 1902 session of INC at Ahmedabad. Sarojini Naidu, President of INC session in Kanpur in 1925. Also, she was the first female Indian President of Indian National Congress. The first female President of Indian National Congress was Annie Besant. Dadabhai Naroji, President of 3 INC session, 2nd, 9th and 22nd. So do remember the answer is Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Which of the following Indian National Congress session was the one in which the national anthems was sung for the first time? 1911 Calcutta session, 1907 Surat session, 1916 Lucknow session, 1917 Calcutta session. So try to think about this question, guys. So I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right, because the answer of this question is 1911 Calcutta. So as we know that this was the time when Delhi Darbar was organized in India, and this was the third Delhi Darbar. George V was the one who was invited to India, and basically there were some declaration that he has given during that time, and also Delhi was transferred as the capital from Calcutta during this time. Later on, it was developed to become the capital. And apart from that, in the Calcutta session in 1911, first time Jan Gan Man was sung, and that was written by Rabindranath Tagore. So, national anthem was sung for the first time at the 1911 Kolkata session of the Indian National Congress. Indian National Congress was founded in 1985 by A.O. Hume. The first session was held in Mumbai. At that time, it was called Bombay. It was headed by Momesh Chandra Banerjee. Surat session 1907 divided the INC into two parts, the extremists and the moderates. Lucknow session 1916 presided over by Ambika Charan Majumdar, in which the extremists and moderates merged. The Lucknow Pact was signed between Indian National Congress and the Muslim League. And if we talk about national song, that is Vande Mataram. So Vande Mataram was sung for the first time in 1896, and this was done in Calcutta session. At that time, the president was Rahim Tullah Siani. The Congress annual session of December 1929 in Lahore was significant because of Indians become self-reliant, commitment to Poon Swaraj, the work done by the people of the country, the overwhelming majority. So try to think about it. So I guess the answer you are giving is quite right, because the answer is commitment to Poon Swaraj. So if we talk about the Congress annual session of December 1929 in Lahore, it was important because for the first time the Poon Swaraj was demanded by us. It is not Swaraj but Poon Swaraj. There is a slight difference. In Swaraj, which was demanded in 1906 Calcutta session, we were demanding dominion status, that we want to be the part of managing the country, we want to be the part of governance along with you. But in Poon Swaraj, we demanded the Britishers that you should go, and we will take care of our country ourselves. So Lahore session held on 31st December 1929 was significant because of its commitment to Poon Swaraj. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru presided over this session. This session, complete independence, Poon Swaraj was declared. On 26 January 1930, it was announced to celebrate the first Independence Day in the whole nation. So, answer is commitment to Poon Swaraj. Who was the president of Indian National Congress in 1907? Dada Bhai Naroji, Umesh Chandra Banerjee, Lala Lajpat Rai, Ras Bihari Ghosh. Try to figure out the answer. And I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right. This session of Congress was held in Surat, and it is also known as the split of Congress session or Surat split session. So basically, the answer is Ras Bihari Ghosh. Remember, there are two people. One is Ras Bihari Ghosh and one is Ras Bihari Bose. Ras Bihari Bose was a revolutionary who was also involved, or who was the one who has been praised along with Subhash Chandra Bose for the development of Indian National Army. But Ras Bihari Ghosh was a particular person who was a member of Congress, and he was a particular moderate, and he became the president of Congress at that time. So, growing difference between the moderates and the extremists came at Surat session when, against the wishes of the extremists who preferred Lala Lajpat Rai to be the president, Dr. Ras Bihari Ghosh was elected as the Congress president. The extremists left the Indian National Congress. The result was that Congress remained under the control of the moderates. So do remember, answer is Ras Bihari Ghosh. Which date was observed as the first Independence Day during the national movement? 25th January 1930, 15th August 1930, 30th January 1930, 26th January 1930. Try to think about it. I guess the answer you are giving is quite right, because the answer is 26th January 1930. So it was during the 1929 Lahore session of the Indian National Congress. The declaration of Poon Swaraj was made. At that time, the president was Jawaharlal Nehru of Congress. Once the declaration of complete independence was made, the on 26 January was then unanimously decided as the Independence Day. Every year, 26 January was celebrated as Independence Day in India, then onwards, from 1930 to 1946. So do not get confused. It was a kind of a thing that we have declared that we want Poon Swaraj, and to commemorate, we celebrated 26 January as Independence Day. And Indian National Congress urged the Indians to celebrate it as like it. Later on, from 1930 to 1946, the day was celebrated each year by the Congress members, freedom fighters, and even the common man. So, do remember, answer is 26 January 1930. Who among the following was elected as the president of the Indian National Congress in the year 1938 to 1939? Options are Sardar Patel, Rajendra Prasad, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, or Subhash Chandra Bose. Try to figure out the answer. So we discussed the question regarding the Tripuri session. I hope you remember. So answer is Subhash Chandra Bose. So Indian National Congress met at Haripura, Gujarat during 19 to 22 February 1938 under the presidency of Subhash Chandra Bose. He had been the leader of the younger radical wing of the Indian National Congress. In the late 1920s and 30s, he also became the president in 1939. He was ousted from Congress leadership position in 1939 following differences with Mahatma Gandhi, because he defeated Pitabi Sitaramaya in 1939 elections. After that, Mahatma Gandhi was upset, and because of that, Subhash Chandra Bose was forced to particularly leave the presidentship. Later on in that session, Rajendra Prasad became the president of the Indian National Congress. And after leaving the Congress, he started the Forward Bloc. Then he went to Germany. From Germany, he went to Singapore and restarted the Indian National Army, which was formerly started by Captain Mohan Singh. And then, with Indian National Army, he started marching towards India. And first of all, he got the Andaman Nicobar got independence, and later they entered into the main subcontinent of India. First session of Indian National Congress was held in 1885. In which city of India it was held? Simple question this is. I guess the answer you are thinking is right because the answer is Bombay. So the first session of the Indian National Congress was held in Bombay from 28th to 30th December 1885 under the chairmanship of Vomesh Chandra Banerjee. So the answer is Bombay. A.O. Hume was the founder. Lord Dufferin was the viceroy at that time. Who was the first Indian woman president of the Indian National Congress? Simple question this is. I told you about this earlier also. Options are Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, Sarojini Naidu, Indira Gandhi, or Annie Besant. Try to figure out the answer. And I guess the answer you are giving is quite right because the answer is Sarojini Naidu. So she was the first Indian woman president of the Indian National Congress. And Sarojini Naidu was elected as the president of the Indian National Congress in 1925 Kanpur session. The first ever Indian woman to hold this position. She was the first Indian woman to be the governor and remained at that position till her death in 1949 of United Province, and she was the president of Kanpur session. Irony or alignment is that in 1924 in Kanpur only, Hindustan Republican Association was also started. In which year did the Indian National Congress observe 26th January as Independence Day for the first time? Take your time and figure out the answer. So I guess the answer you are thinking is quite right because the answer of this question is 1930. So Indian National Congress on 19 December 1929 passed the historic Poorn Swaraj Complete Independence Resolution during its Lahore session. A public declaration was made on 26 January 1930, which Indian National Congress urged Indians to celebrate as Independence Day. So remember, the answer is 1930. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things with me in this session and gained a lot of knowledge regarding the modern history and Indian National Congress. I will meet you in the next session in which we will discuss some more topics and relevant questions that can be asked in your upcoming exams. And till the time we meet, bye bye, take care everyone, and see you soon.